Welcome to Heat Check, powered by Defunct.com. These are the highest selling vintage t-shirts on eBay over the last 2 weeks. Let's see who made the list. At number 10, we have this Brian Jones Rolling Stones t-shirt. This one's interesting. Looks like we have a health knit, so maybe early 80s, late 70s on this guy right here. Looks super cool. I don't know if this is like, I don't think this is a licensed product. I'm thinking this is something that was sold in a head shop or something like that. There's that tag, size medium. But really cool t-shirt. Definitely probably one of those really rare pieces that was sold like in a record shop, head shop, something like that, and just doesn't come up very often. If you know a little bit more about the history, let me know in the comments below. But this one did great. Super cool t-shirt. Sold for $1,260 with, look at that, 38 bids. So clearly someone really working hard to get this guy right here. Sold by Burl One. We'll see his t-shirts again. He sold another t-shirt as well. But this one kicks us off. Next up, one of my favorite bands. Would love to own this tee one day. We have the Slowdive 1991 Tour tee. This is so good. Tag totally whited out. Let's see if we can get the backside. No hit on the backside, but you don't need a hit on the backside when you have Slowdive on the front end. This one looks really good. I wish they would have given us like a less wrinkly picture on it, but let's check the size here. 21 inches, good, like a standard large size. So that's really nice to find. There's a couple of pinholes, but that's sort of what you expect at this point with just about any t-shirt this old. But anyway, this one is really great. One of my favorites. Would definitely love seeing this t-shirt come out of the thrift or rag house whenever I'm there. But this one sold for $1,281, barely beating out the last one, and had 23 bids as well. Then at number 8, here we have the Sonic Youth t-shirt, Hysteric Astronaut. Now this is kind of throws you off. Style worn by Kurt Cobain. This t-shirt, it gets even more confusing here. When you come down here, it says, blah, blah, here's a description. Style worn by Kurt Cobain, original owner. Kurt Cobain is not the original owner of this particular tee. The style t-shirt of this t-shirt was worn. This design was worn by Kurt Cobain. This is not Kurt Cobain's t-shirt, even though all this description sort of makes it like a little confusing. But we have seen this one many times. I'm not sure we've seen it in yellow on this list. But either way, really cool t-shirt. Definitely a t-shirt that ends up on this list plenty often. Only one bid is all it needed to take this auction. It went for $1,400. Then next up we have the 1980s Butthole Surfers Locust Abortion Technician. This crazy clown. This one technically sold late night of, I believe, September 30th, which is where I cut off last week's. So we didn't. This would have technically should have made the list, but because I had to pull it at some time, I'm not doing this video in the middle of the night. This one technically didn't make it, so we just pushed it to the first. But this one's really great. Any Butthole Surfers t-shirt does super well on this. We only have 4 photos, size XL. Let's see, do they have the measurements down here? Yeah, measurements 23. That's great. Perfect XL size in my opinion. This one sold for $1,500. Then at number 6, I want to give a quick warning. I don't know if a lot of kids watch this at all. They probably shouldn't, generally speaking, but if you do, probably good time to look away. Only going to show the front picture of this because I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. But we have this Cheeky Jackie O t-shirt. Probably it's again from Burl One, so probably one of those like head shop, record shop tees. So here's the front end. Yes, we have a naked Jackie Kennedy here. I'm not gonna get any closer than this. Again, not trying to tempt the faith with YouTube and get strikes, but this one, needless to say, did sell even better than the previous one. This one sold for $1,555 with 19 bids. At number 5, we have this really cool one. We have Red Hot Chili Peppers, Nirvana, and Pearl Jam all on the same t-shirt. Bill Graham presents. Let's see this. The back hit goes. Yeah, we have right here. Happy New Year 91-92 Cow Palace, San Francisco. This is probably just one of those, or it definitely is one of those sort of really rare, limited run prints, basically. Like, they did a show in 91, 92, from 91 into 92, and this t-shirt was printed just for that. So these are going to be far more rare than your average Nirvana tee, like Insecticide or Heart-Shaped Box. But interestingly enough, this one went for $15.80 with 37 bids, and you might be wondering, I mean, of course the design is not nearly as cool as some of the other designs that may play into it, but you may be wondering why this goes for basically half of what some Heart-Shaped Box tour tees go for. And honestly, it comes down to there's somewhat just the hype, like the Heart-Shaped Box tee is just so iconic. This less iconic, more of a collector's deal, more obscure, but still really cool and a fantastic t-shirt. Then at number 4, a t-shirt we saw actually last week's Heat Check. We have the Flaming Lips t-shirt. This one last week sold for only $10.50. It looks like the guy may have gotten the deal, whoever bought it, because this one went for quite a bit more. Not much we haven't seen. Again, we saw this one last week, so super sweet t-shirt. Not sure if this t-shirt was like literally the t-shirt that was bought last week and just resold. I'm sure it could definitely be possible, but this one went, after 11 bids, went for $16.25. Now at number 3, we have a really cool one we have not seen. I don't think I've actually ever seen this t-shirt or any other t-shirt from this IP, but we have the SWAT Kats Hanna-Barbera Cartoon Network t-shirt. Look at this. Whoa. And what's so cool about this, it appears to be like maybe an animation crew t-shirt, like from the animation team. I don't know. Let's see if it gives us a zoom up right here. Yeah, creative exclusively. Oh, it doesn't give us all that information. Here, let's see if we can zoom in. For the Hanna, yeah, this is an employee store t-shirt. So again, ultra rare, because there were probably only a handful of these ever printed. So definitely deserves to be up here. Super interesting for sure. This one went for a lot of money as well. It tied the last one, but I think this is far more interesting, obviously. This one went for $16.25 with 30 bids. Definitely feels like that's a good deal for such a rare t-shirt. Next up was a t-shirt we have seen on this list a few times before. We have the Marilyn Manson Believe tour tee, and it typically does pretty well. I think the last time I've seen this t-shirt, it went for a bit more. We have some discoloration on the back side, I think. Yeah, it looks like it appears like it maybe bleach, might be bleach. Either way, really cool t-shirt, especially if you're a Marilyn Manson fan. And this one always tends to do really well. This one went for the very ironic, but most likely planned price of $1,666.66. Good one there. Now, before we get to number 1, if you're going to spend a fortune like on one of these t-shirts on this list, make sure that it's authentic by using the Legitimate app in the description below. Use code LoopFan for 25% off your authentication. Then at number 1, we have the vintage Sonic Youth Ciccone Youth t-shirt. I think that's how you pronounce it, Ciccone. I think it's Italian. I don't really know. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, because I probably am. I'm not familiar with their side project, at least not as much as I am with their with Sonic Youth as the main band. But anyways, really cool t-shirt, obviously ripping off the Sonic Youth design here. This t-shirt, a really cool graphic on the back. This t-shirt last week was reportedly sold for $6,000. That is untrue at the time. I think when Bid Stitch reported it, someone took an offer, but it never got paid for, so it really didn't go for $6,000. Obviously, was relisted and went for auction, and only 3 bids later, Let's take a look at nothing particularly crazy about this t-shirt outside of this front two designs. Obviously a rare t-shirt, especially if since this is a side project, not the main stuff. So really cool t-shirt. This one sold for $2,248 to top the heat check this week. Congratulations, Dope T.